Hey guys, Dr. Josh Axe here, Doctor of Natural Medicine and founder of draxe.com, co-founder of Ancient Nutrition. Hey, today I want to talk to you about the top 10 essential oils all of us should be using. And I have several essential oils, maybe even one or two you haven't even heard of before, you didn't know about, and also talk about really what essential oils are, bust some of the myths out there. So here's the deal, essential oils are fat-soluble compounds that come from plants, okay? So typically they're created by, you have steam rise through something, it separates water-soluble, fat-soluble compounds. The fat-soluble compounds that are much smaller and aromatic, those are essential oils. And those oils, they're very light. In fact, essential oils are, the compounds in them are probably 1,000 times smaller than, let's say, what's found in a coconut oil or an olive oil. They're so small that they actually, you can smell them from across the room. So you ever walk into a kitchen and maybe you smell peppermint or ginger or something like that, what you're smelling is those essential oils, okay? And they're very small to where they can pass through your sinus cavity. Some of them can pass through the blood-brain barrier and affect your brain and your emotions, okay? Many of them are small enough they can pass and penetrate deep into your skin and body. So they're very unique in a lot of ways. But here's another unique thing. They've been proven as a form of medicine for over 3,000 years. They were referenced in traditional Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, Egyptian medicine, biblical medicine. They're referenced more than 300 times in the Bible. So essential oils are powerful plant-based compounds that are fat-soluble that can act as natural remedies and therapy for a number of things. And in fact, many cases, essential oils they're always safer and in some cases more effective than conventional medicines today. So again, I'm going to jump in here and talk about these in my top 10. Several ways to use essential oils. One is through simply smelling it. You can have a diffuser. I have a diffuser just over here in my kitchen that I use sometimes, or actually, I should say every day pretty much. We have a diffuser going. We have one in our bedroom, Chelsea and I do, and so we use essential oils all the time. And so diffusing it simply by smelling them in, it affects your brain, your emotions, your hormones, can affect you that way. That's the most common way to use essential oils. Number two is topically. You know, if you get a cut or a scrape, you can use essential oils. If you want to support the health of your skin and your beauty, you can use essential oils. That's a big way. And the third way is internally. Now listen, many essential oils should not be used internally, but many can be used internally if used at the right therapeutic doses. Typically between 1 and 3 drops of an essential oil is equivalent to, maybe 20 milligrams, well, per drop is probably 20 milligrams. So 3 drops of an oil is anywhere from, probably 60 milligrams in that. Now it depends because some oils are thick like myrrh, some are thinner like lemon oil. But again, typically 1 to 3 drops is a dose of an essential oil. Oils that I've used internally myself and have had patients use, lemon oil, peppermint oil, ginger oil, turmeric essential oil. Those are all essential oils that there's a very similar equivalent to consuming the food or plant itself. So for instance, a lot of us use turmeric in our cooking today, right? So the equivalent of, or cinnamon, let's use cinnamon for an example. 3 drops of cinnamon oil is the equivalent of probably a third of a teaspoon to a full teaspoon of of cinnamon powder. So we're talking cinnamon here. So again, when people say, oh, you should never do essential oils internally, that's not safe. Those are people that are uninformed or educated about the exact compound percentage that's found in an actual plant. So listen, I do think some essential oils aren't quality. If you're buying an essential oil that's certified organic, wild crafted, really good quality brand that understands good practices, some essential oils like lemon and orange and peppermint and ginger, those can be used internally. But the truth is, many essential oils are not the best to use internally, such as wintergreen and birch and others. You never want to, you typically, listen, if it comes from an herb or a berry or a seed, a lot of times you can. If it comes from the wood of a tree or certain things, you typically don't. So you can simply Google search online essential oil usage chart and find those sort of things online. But let's jump into the top 10 essential oils and their benefits. Number 1 essential oil, lavender essential oil. Lavender ranks as the number 1 oil used today in North America. And it's probably one of the top 3 used throughout the entire world, including in Israel and in Asia today. And lavender oil is known as the calming oil. Listen, if you have a burn, put lavender oil on it immediately. In fact, I found it to be even more effective than aloe vera for burns, cuts, and scrapes. So again, you get a burn, first thing you do is you go and put lavender oil on it, and you keep doing that for the next 2 to 3 days. Okay, whether it's a sunburn or you burn your hand, I love lavender oil. It's the best for that. Cuts and scrapes. It's also calming. You want to get a better night's sleep at night? You want to reduce stress? Diffuse lavender oil. You can do a couple drops and rub it, so 2 to 3 drops. Put them on your fingertips, rub it on your temples, rub it on your neck area. It's a great natural remedy. So number 1, lavender essential oil. Number 2, turmeric essential oil. Now, turmeric oil can also be known as turmeric CO2 extract, and this is one that can be done internally. In fact, the main way you do turmeric oil is internally. It contains compounds curcumin and tumerone. Curcumin is highly anti-inflammatory. So if you've got joint pain, you're struggling with an issue that's related to inflammation, turmeric essential oil, it's liposomal, which means it's highly absorbable, gets into your cells. In fact, turmeric essential oil might be the most powerful type of turmeric available today. Other reason is it's very high in a compound called tumerone. Tumerone is a compound in turmeric that boosts your body's stem cells. Now, stem cells can support regeneration and create new tissues in your body. So if you've torn a ligament or injured your low back and you want to create new and healthy tissue, turmeric can support your body and do that, especially when it comes to brain tissue, according to clinical studies. So turmeric oil, great for the brain and neurological system, great for fighting inflammation, great for stem cell support, anti-aging. It's one of my go-to essential oils. So lavender, turmeric. Number 3, holy basil essential oil. So, and listen, you might not have heard of turmeric oil. You might not have heard of holy basil essential oil. In Ayurvedic medicine, it was also called tulsi. It was known as the oil for acting as an adaptogen and lowering stress levels. So if you're a person, you've got maybe adrenal fatigue, you're just going. You're in traffic, you got stress at work, stress at home, lots of stress. You want to keep those cortisol levels low. You want to slow the aging process. The best essential oil to do that is holy basil essential oil. It's got some really unique compounds, one of them being called eugenol, which is also found in clove oil. But it's an anti-stress, high antioxidant oil. Diffusing it is the best way to use that on a regular basis. Loving holy basil oil for reducing the stress response in the body. Next essential oil I want to talk about is peppermint oil. Peppermint essential oil is one of my favorites for digestion, for energy, okay? So typically you're just gonna do between 1 and 3 drops of peppermint oil in water. Do that around meals. It's cooling, it's soothing for stomach aches. It actually can prevent and reduce nausea if someone's suffering with that. But peppermint oil, the other thing a study has shown, if you just simply smell it before going to work out, it increases your energy. You can add a couple drops to if you're doing like a chocolate smoothie in the morning and make it chocolate mint. But peppermint oil has been used primarily for digestive health and those types of things. Next few essential oils I want to mention here, frankincense oil. Frankincense oil is one of the top essential oils for just to use every single day. It's anti-inflammatory. It actually reduces brain inflammation. I love using that oil when meditating. Next essential oil, rosemary oil, the #1 oil for thickening your hair and supporting your memory and brain. Hey, if you have a test coming up, use rosemary oil. It's great to use with kids as well who need to support learning. In fact, doing lavender and rosemary together and cedarwood or vetiver, great for the brain, things like ADHD, some of my favorites. Lemon oil is great for digestion for your gallbladder and cleansing your lymphatic system. If you're sick with a cold or flu or just want to cleanse your body, lemon oil and other citrus oils are great. A few others that I absolutely love here as well. I want to mention ginger oil. Ginger oil is warming in Chinese medicine. Again, if you've got a cold or flu or digestive issue, a couple drops of ginger oil, just doing that internally is great. And then cinnamon oil, it's great to diffuse, especially for diabetes, blood sugar issues, or even supporting healthy weight loss. I love cinnamon essential oil. So that's my top 10 list. I think I hit them all there. Oh, one last one. Hormone balance. Clary sage is awesome for women. Clary sage for women, fenugreek for men. Hey, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video on the top 10 essential oils to start using today.